And we are live, and there is kickoff. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Forever Rugby on Forever Rugby, Forever Football. Give me 2 seconds. Right, that's a bit better. Welcome to Forever Football on Forever Sports for our second FIFA World Cup watch-along. Tonight, we are watching Wales take on USA. Wales returning to the competition for the first time in 64 years. Being led by Gareth Bale, a very strong Welsh side being named tonight. The golden generation of Wales. And for a couple of these players, the last opportunity for them to really sort of make their mark in the echelons of Welsh history when it comes to pretty big moments. And look, it's a Welsh side that have upset people, that have, in terms of like teams that are out of tournaments. And at the end of the day, you know, a couple of big performances early up front. A big performance against USA could set up a bit of an interesting run for Wales. We'll go through the sides in a moment, and we'll look at exactly who to watch out for. Two very good sides. We put out quite a lot of players now for both these nations playing in very high-profile teams, which makes it quite exciting. And yeah, I think you know we're looking at a Welsh and a USA side that'll hopefully be sort of forced to be reckoned with. You know, I think the USA, a very young side, very much a team which I think are going to get a lot better in the next sort of 10 years. And for Wales, maybe a little bit of a difference because quite a few of their players are a little bit older. If you look at the likes of Gareth Bale, the likes of Aaron Ramsey, players who sort of really sort of pioneered Welsh footballers. But there are quite a few youngsters and very excited players. The likes of Dan James, for example, who's become quite an important player for Wales. You've got Joe Ronan in that defence. He's got hopefully got quite a bright future ahead of him. And an early opportunity here for USA just outside the box. Christian Pulisic, Chelsea star, former Dortmund player. Looking to try and test Wayne Hennessy, who was in goal for Wales early on. And Pulisic will be looking for Tim Weir, the son of legendary footballer George Weir, who is leading the line for USA tonight. Right, Pulisic does deliver. It's not a great delivery. And it's cleared away by Ramsey's. Dan James putting a lot of pressure on. Yeah, very well defended there for Wales. We'll go through the two sides in a moment and look at some of the players to watch out for. Rob Page, the coach of Wales. Obviously, we're supposed to be Ryan Giggs, but he's currently still sort of sorting out a court case where he's alleged to have struck an ex-girlfriend or current girlfriend. I don't know if it's ex or current, but either way, he is still being charged with domestic abuse. How to throw away your legacy in 3 easy steps, really. But if you look at the two lineups in the back in the goals for USA, Matt Turner, Argentina, Arsenal goalkeeper, and across the back row you've got Sudhir Dest, Zimmerman, Ream, and Robertson. In the midfield, Weston McKennie, the Juventus midfielder, somebody worth watching out for. Adams and Musa, and then the top three: Tim Weir, Josh Sargent, and Christian Pulisic. A very exciting front three, and Pulisic, the number 10 for USA, on the ball now and being put away behind by. I think that's a late change for Wales because that was at number 60, which is Jordan Morris. But in Wales in the back, it's Wayne Hennessy. They do have a back five. Back three is Miffin, Roe Roden, and Ben Davies. Then got Nico Williams and Chris Roberts as the two wing backs. Ampadu and Ramsey in the midfield. Gareth Bale leads the line with Dan James on one side and Harry Wilson on the other side. They're like exciting players to come off the bench. Look out for Danny Ward, keeper Moore for Wales. Interesting to see that Danny Ward is not starting as the reserve goalkeeper, so not really one to look out for, but he's a good player. Joe Allen, the number 7 jersey for Wales, could be coming off the bench later on. If we're looking at USA, for example, DeAndre Yedlin is a player with lots of pace. Cameron Carter-Vickers plays this football for Celtic. Gio Reyna starts on the bench. A bit of a surprising selection, that. We'll look to come on and make a impact later in the match. So far, it is all USA, one-way traffic a little bit. Pulisic trying to find a ball into the middle. Roden heading up. It's been a good start so far for Joe Roden. In the same group as England and Iran. England getting a 6-2 victory earlier today, so off the perfect start. I think these two will be very much looking targeting this game. You know, I think you kind of feel that the winner of this game will be the one that progresses alongside England. England expected to kind of go through the group stages without making a mistake. Dan James giving chase there. You know all about the pace he has. Didn't really work at Manchester United. Was then at Leeds. And Wales at the moment just really struggling to get hold of the ball so far. It's all been sort of very much dominated by the USA in the early stages. Quite a lot of empty seats. You saw that in the early game as well. So not a particularly good advertisement for the tournament. The fact that we've had 2 games today that already had plenty of space and not been full crowds. Not Dest. West McKennie putting a bit of pressure on I think it's Nico Williams there. McKennie with the USA flag into his head. It's an interesting look. Not convinced it's going to catch on, but hey, you can't blame a man for trying. An opportunity here for Wales. Just feel out the ball a little bit. Goes out towards Roberts. Now ball over the top. I think very much looking to try and bring Dan James' pace. And we've seen quite a ball being played over the top for the speedster to try and run onto. Currently playing at Fulham on loan from Leeds. So the brilliant start to his United career, then kind of just sort of faded off a little bit. So looking to try and use the World Cup, try and really get himself sort of back into full form. But at the moment, very much struggling to touch the ball so far, Wales. Now Zimmerman, cross back to Ream. You say just taking a while to try and pick a few gaps in this Welsh side. Now Robertson. Linking up with Musa. It's a good ball. And Adams. Now towards Pulisic. But Chris Mepham gets across there and cuts it out. So well washed by Wales, but still can't touch any of the ball. I mean, we look at the possession stats, for example, and 68% for the USA so far in the early stages. So Wales just haven't touched the ball at all. Could be a long 90 minutes if they don't manage to get some possession. But so far, to be fair to them, the structure's looking pretty good. But USA very much controlling the tempo and the game, but just kind of moving it from left to right. Now ball coming over the top. That's a good... the ball's come back to Hennessy. It was back with Roden, I think it was. And the goalkeeper, I'm not sure I knew much about it, but ends up having to make a save. So something a bit out of nothing there. Now Robertson trying to get around the outside. Cuts the ball back in. That is another brilliant save. And I think it's Josh Sargent who almost flicked on that header on. And again, not sure if Wayne Hennessy knew much about this, but got in the way. It's a fantastic take earlier by Weir. As far as the Ballon d'Or winner. And yeah, that header across from Roden straight at Hennessy, who actually did really well there. And then now Robertson getting on the outside. I don't think he actually touched that. I think it comes off the post. Josh Sargent. Somebody to look out for. He's a very nice goal threat, is Sargent. Just 22 years of age. And from the goal kick, once again, USA coming away with possession. Now Dest. one of the high-profile players. Signed Barcelona a few years ago. Kennedy Sargent, Weir. His father obviously played for Liberia. Did win the Ballon d'Or. It's a pretty late challenge, and Dest does get the first card of the match. Very a little bit theatrical, must have been by the referee. And for the challenge on Nico Williams, Dest does go into the bin. It's a yellow card there. First time the challenge, and that's not a good. That's not a good thing for the USA, because Dan James now has license to run Sergino Dest the entire evening, and if he gets sent off, that's one of their main players. Ben Davies, one of the three centre backs, standing over the ball. Goes short to Ampadu. Wales happy to try and ball from the back. Roden switching across to Meppen. Looking for options. And Ramsey patrolling that midfield, just pointing it around. Now Hennessy up towards Dan James, but Dest headers it away. Well, Gareth Bale's first touch of the match, not the best one. So sort of shows you how. Oh, that's another yellow card. That's now Weston McKennie goes into the book. That's another booking from for USA, and that's two of their better players. So the referee very quick to go to his pocket, and again very theatrical. Yeah, not a great challenge, it must be said. Yeah, a bit reckless from Weston McKennie. There's no real need to go diving in there. Hasn't really gone to plan at Juventus. Weston McKennie started quite a few games when he first moved there. 24 years of age now, 25 next year. Still plenty of time on his side, but hasn't really managed to settle in at this Italian club. But an opportunity here for Wales to deliver the ball forward. You got Aaron Ramsey lurking, as is Gareth Bale. Harry Wilson, part of the front three, will be the provider. Matt Turner, Arsenal reserve goalkeeper, directing things. Long ball towards the back post. Here comes across, and Dest will head it away. Running as far as Ampadu fires a shot, which will sail over. So first opportunity for Wales there. Bit of a snatch shot from Ampadu. Worth a shot, really, early on in the game. That's got the ability to hit them from there, so why not? Just one touch on the chest and then on the half volley. But always rising and never going to come back down. Now the restart. Ramsey coming back to cover it well. Good touch by Bale, but was well read by Musa. I mean, 80%, 72% so far possession for the USA. Now Wales do get it back. And early ball from Ramsey behind Dan James. So USA immediately sort of look to try and hit them in the counter attack. They're surging forward. A lot of Welsh players back. Just for the way of Weir. Adams is sort of the heart of the midfield for USA. I think at the moment Wales just need to try and hold onto the ball for a little bit. Long ball out there for Hennessy towards the left-hand side. Nico Williams headers it back inside. A bit further forward there for Ramsey to chase. It is a Welsh ball. Desh doesn't agree. Go back inside to Ramsey. Long ball out towards Gareth Bale. Bale, sort of chipping it ahead. Wilson hasn't really gone on the run there. In fact, I think it's actually Roberts. Now Wilson loses possession. And Purdue makes the initial stop, but now forced to Pulisic. Very nice crossfield ball towards Des there. Des with a bit of space. He's got Weir hugging the touchline. Pulisic. Almost trying to get past Robert. At the moment, all that Wales can really do is try and sort of snuff out the attack and then clear, but it's only as far as the USA defense, and then all of a sudden they just recycle possession. This now trying to rebuild from the back. Now long ball ahead. We are looking to try and get in behind. Two defenders there, and Davies cuts it back towards Weston McKennie. McKennie trying to flick it in between the two defenders. And Ramsey. Oh dear, it's a bit of a sloppy moment from the midfielder. Now Adams to Musa, shifting across left to Robinson. Looking to bring in Pulisic, who's squaring up Mepham. Goes down as Pulisic, but a little bit softly. And it will be a goal kick. The USA player is not happy with that decision at all. A wry smile on the face of Christian Pulisic. Bale's getting up there. Only real sort of area threat is Gareth Bale. And Purdue in the heart of the midfield, laying it up towards Wilson, who's just dropping back. Now Roden. A rare chance for the ball here to Wales, with just 28% of possession in the opening 20 minutes. USA play with a bit of a high line. Not too many options here for Roden, so he does just chip it ahead. Dan James will try and apply the press, but he's all alone by himself, so. Are we just waiting for options? A slow start, a bit of a cautious start, I think. You know, USA have very much dominated possession, but haven't managed to get the ball into the box too many times. Was a very nice opportunity for Charles Sargent earlier. Could very well have been 1-0. Now McKennie on a caution, though. And as far as Williams, he cuts out the danger. That's well passed, well played there. Danger's passing it back. And Wilson, who's dropping it towards the left-hand side. Going back to his goalkeeper. Now Hennessy lumps it towards the right-hand side, looking to try and find his captain, Gareth Bale. There's a good header won by Ream. Now, Gary Roberts. Ampadu making a good tackle there. Now, there's a bit of pressure on there for Roberts. Goes back towards Roden. Or Meppen rather. Roden on the left-hand side, the obvious goalkeeper. This is now to Roden. Forward to Williams, and it'll run out for a throw-in. And all of a sudden, back to possession, back to USA without ever really having threatened them at Wales. That's a good pass to Pulisic. Good touch there by Robertson. Trying to get the ball across. And Ampadu will fling it forward. Dan James is after it, but it'll fall into touch. And Robertson started really bright here for the USA, causing a lot of problems. Everything's going down the left, as you imagine, with Pulisic there, one of the main players that they want to get involved. And Robertson's also having a bit of a field day, so it could be a long day in the office for Connor Roberts and Mepham. To approach the halfway stage. Just probably that opportunity from Josh Sargent, the standout moment so far of the game. Robertson putting Mepham under a bit of pressure. Really high pressure from USA. They've got about 5 or 6 players inside Wales territory. Now Aaron Ramsey's dropped back. Bringing Connor Roberts. Back to Ramsey. Head towards Bale. And his ball towards Ramsey doesn't find his man. We're under a bit of pressure there. Falls back towards Weir. That's best touch. And a lot of pressure there on him from Neco Williams. Good work there from the Welsh left back. Pulisic. Well cut out there. Ramsey. Caught late by Adams and told just calm down. Eccentric referee. Who is the captain of USA. Now we're towards Josh Sargent. Forced to Pulisic. He brings in Robertson. He's been highly involved. Robertson chipping the ball into the middle there. Which is a good header away from Ben Davies. Spurs fullback. So it just chips it ahead towards Wilson. That's pretty poor from Wilson. Wales very much weathering a storm. They just can't hold the ball on at the moment. Not Dest. Not a particularly good touch there from Musa. Concedes possession back to Wales. Long throw. Eventually does fall to Dan James. Ampadu chips over the top. Would be able to chase, but just too far to the left. It's a poor touch. Ampadu cutting out the danger. Now ball towards Dan James. Good touch by him. Needs some options here. Aaron Ramsey finds himself unmarked on the left-hand side. Needs a good touch. And a Rice smile back towards the midfield. I don't think he was very impressed with the ball that came out towards him. The really good run here by Robertson once again. Does find a ball in the middle to Sargent. Wilson has to come back and do some defensive duties, which has kind of been a bit of a problem because Harry Wilson's been very involved defensively, which is not really what you want from a member of your front three. Had very little to do inside the USA's half. And the USA have very much had Wales pinned back in this first half now. Now Dest charging forward. Dest unleashes. But it's pretty comfortable in the end. It sails into the Welsh support. A very big Welsh support behind that goal of Wayne Hennessy. Wales looking to play out from the back. Right into Hennessy, chips it to the left-hand side. That's going to go straight out. Really, really poor from Wales. You are pinned back inside their own final third and just can't get out. Good pass there. Dest running onto it. Dest says we have company, but just loses it slightly. Now Williams trying to come away with it and does lose the ball. Falls all the way back towards Turner. He has had nothing to do so far. Just the one shot coming from Wales and was well above him. So a quiet night for the Arsenal goalkeeper so far. As you can see, the time and danger attack 83% for the USA. Just 17% for Wales. And Ampadu caught late there. Bit of a preview from Wales. I think the biggest thing is they just kind of need to settle into the game. Actually, just to get a feel for the ball. Right, Hennessy, I think, is just going to lump this ball forward. And once again, USA winning the ball back. And I'm going to have to try something different at the moment because they tried playing up from the back and they cocked it up. They're now trying the long ball, but they're not winning anything. They're not winning the 50-50s. They're not winning the second ball. Very little working for Wales in terms of trying to progress from their half to the USA. USA, on the other hand, winning the ball back very easy. Got plenty of time in Wales' half to try and find a pass. It does find fall to Wales. Got Dest outside him. Turning where? Brings in Dest. These two have been combining well so far. Back towards the captain, Adams. Now Ream, centre back, just sort of finding his way quite deep inside the USA half. Goes back to Zimmerman. Where USA left to right, right to left, trying to find a way in. Trying to withdraw out that Welsh defence a bit. And it's a late challenge. And this could be a booking here, actually. Chris Mepham is not looking very, he's looking very bemused. Pulisic asking for a card here, asking to be consistent. And I think it will just be a talking to Mepham. I mean, it's not, there's not much in there. It'll be pretty soft yellow. Just a late bump, really. Right, ball back, and Pulisic does win the corner. Pulisic to deliver. Sargent Ware, the two targets, as well. A couple of centre backs in there. Ream is there. As is Zimmerman. Another great delivery, and it's headed out by Ampadu. He's had a lot to do defensively so far this half. Robinson getting away from Dan James. Robinson switched towards the left back to Pulisic. Still a lot of players in the box that could be found. Pulisic looking, he brings that ball back in. Kept out by Wales. Ball falls back to Zim. Now Musa on the left-hand side. Has Pulisic for company. Pulisic crosses blocked. I mean, look at that possession. 66% to 34%. And whilst the Welsh fans are in full voice, I don't think they'll be very chuffed watching this. It's a pretty poor ball over the top. Weir's never going to be able to manage to keep that in. Having said that, this is one of those sort of games that we've seen it from Wales where they get dominated the entire game. They get that one counter-attack. They do have quality up front. I mean, you put Gareth Bale in a one-on-one situation, he's finishing 9 times out of 10. So Wales only need that one opportunity. And I think they'll probably be quite happy to defend for most of the game because they know if they get that one chance, they've got the quality to finish it and take it. Now it's a good run here by Pulisic. That's a great ball to Weir. 1-0 USA. It is Weir. It is the son of the legendary George Weir. And Tim Weir has the opener for USA. It's been coming. It's been coming. This is going to force Wales to actually, I think, be a bit more aggressive. And it's a quick counter-attack. It's a great ball. Brilliant finish. Hennessy came out quickly, but a finish of quality that you'd expect from the likes of a striker whose father did win the Ballon d'Or all those years ago. Great ball. Pulisic in there. Sees the ball. No issues with offside whatsoever. Nico Williams is desperately trying to get across. Bang. One time finish to the bottom right corner. That is brilliant from where. Outside of his boot. Just over the top as well. That's a proper striker's finish, that. Now Wales. Gonna have to try and be a bit more aggressive. They do find Nico Williams. Opportunity here. Where opportunity here for Wales. Comes inside Nico Williams. Puts the ball over the top. And it's far too much. Where Bale was circling around that back post. But it's just too much on it. Right, see in the comments here. So you saying what, Chip? People? Matilda and Frank's going to USA. You said tight so far as a while ago. Basically, hey, both teams equal. I guess I'm rooting for Wales. I'll be saying USA a good side. We all want Wales to win. Agreed. The dog walk can missed the goal. Yeah, well, I mean. Right, so Tim Weir's goal separates two sides, and I think hopefully this will open up the game a little bit, because I think Wales now need to be a bit more aggressive. Now Wales long ball towards the left-hand side while taking my Nico Williams. USA pressing hard. Hennessy's going to have to lump this forward. No, he doesn't. Eventually just fire it ahead. Ball back into the midfield is collected by Weston McKennie. And it's a good challenge there. As Wales win it back. And Ramsey 50-50 from Nico Williams. It turns well. And does find Dan James, who wins a throw-in. So a little bit better from Wales in the last couple of minutes. That's not good. Weston McKennie holding on to his groin. Now Roden. All over the top towards Aaron Ramsey. Finds himself in a very forward roll. And a ball back towards Matt Turner. Yeah, I think you do expect to see Aaron Ramsey drop into that sort of a high line. It is a goal threat. That's a brilliant... Oh! Well, I mean, Bale can't believe it. It looked like the perfect challenge from Gareth Bale. And a yellow card! That... Mmm... Mmm... I mean, you can understand the disbelief from Gareth Bale. I don't think that gets much better. And a caution as well, a yellow card. I wonder if the yellow card's more for the reaction. Ball across. Yes, he does take it. Ball ahead from Williams. That's a poor challenge from Weston McKennie. He needs to be a bit careful. He's on a caution as Weston McKennie. Early ball over the top towards Aaron Ramsey. Or trying to win a corner. It was well done by Ream in the end. McKennie's dropped back to fetch it. Now McKennie's bringing in Ream. There's long ball over the top to Gareth Bale. Ream there cutting out the danger. I think the biggest frustration is every single time they have tried a long ball and the USA have won the header. It's just you're not winning the second ball. And if you're not winning the second ball, you're never going to compete. Three minutes left in the first half, and yeah, one-way traffic. USA very rightly ahead, 66% possession. They had one shot on target, one goal, 2 shots off target. Wales just a solitary shot from Ampadu, and you got to think that there'll be a couple of changes at halftime. Yeah, from Rob Page, something's got to change. And then you look at the likes of Kiefer Moore, become a bit of a target man, 1.96, offer something completely different. Bring on Gareth Bale towards the right hand side. Let him cut in. Now Ampadu's coming away with it. From United, from myself as a United fan, I'd like to see Dylan Levy come on, the youngster, no longer at United, but a very talented player, playing in the Scottish Premiership for Dundee United, 22 years of age, an accomplished passer of the ball. I think that's probably what Wales could use. Other players they could look towards, like so Brennan Johnson, for example, 21-year-old forward as well. But I think, Kiefer Moore just offers a target man. And I don't think a target man's the worst thing. You have a target man with Aaron Ramsey just behind him, Gareth Bale towards the right, Dan James off the left. There it is, Bale. Good turn to get Aaron Ramsey, and the ball is headed back. So it will be a corner. Right, now this is an opportunity for Wales. Ramsey will not take it either. He'll probably be floating around the edge of the box, you'd imagine. Right, Gareth Bale in the middle. Roden, I'm sure, coming up for it, as is Ben Davies. Ben Davies got a hell of a left boot on him. Wilson will be the provider here. Davies, Mepham as well. And Gareth Bale just hiding behind there. Interesting sort of setup this for Wales. Yeah, this referee's useless. It is towards... I think it was Ben Davies in the end there. There's a goal kick. It was a threatening ball from Wilson. And look at this finish. Brilliant finish. Absolutely brilliant. One touch outside of the boot towards the bottom right corner. Four minutes at a time. Apparently, it's quite a lot for a first half. We'll sit down the final side on the left-hand side. And Wales once again just moving the ball around and just I think the biggest thing is is that two things. I think Wales are gonna have to be on a target man. They're gonna have to find an outlet. So I think Kiefer Moore offers that, standing at just shy of 2 meters. He can be that sort of route one. He can be that centre man, that you can really just lob balls out towards. Now yellow card. I mean, that's 4 yellow cards in the first half of this. A long ball out towards Robertson, who's been very, very involved as the left back. I mean, left back, I think, is a loose term. Very much been a an auxiliary forward, really. Hussein was down the pitch for 2 minutes. And obviously, White Soccer refs so animated, almost like they're miming. Yeah, this particular referee has been very animated. I don't know why it's so dramatic. It's very unnecessary. I mean, it's like a very ordinary challenge. It's like, no, this, that. I mean, he's dished out 4 cards already. It's very strange. Good head away there from Reem. And again, you're going to do that, for example, get Kiefer Moore on. Get the unit on. Ball from Nico Williams. It's actually a pretty good crossfield ball. There's just nobody out there. Bale is acknowledging it. Right, well, the first half, USA 1, Wales 0. Welsh completely dominated that half. I mean, 66% possession. Just the one shot there attempt from Wales. And Gareth Bale's men are going to need to change something in the second half. They're going to have to find an outlet because at the moment they just can't get out of their half. But yeah, we have a bit of a break. Go and get your drink, stuff like that. We will return in about 15 minutes' time as we get the second half. These second clash of the Group B. These two both with with England and Iran in their groups. So this is a very important match for both of them because yeah, if either of these sides are to lose, they'll probably have to go and look to beat England if they are to try and go through to the next stage in the World Cup. So very, very important encounter. Please do smash like the video if you haven't, and I'll see you guys in a little bit. Right, and we are back for the second half, and as expected, a change for Wales. Kiefer Moore is on, and it's the right decision. Very much the right decision. We spoke about the fact that I think, Wales are a defense. Look, they're a side that don't mind defending. They're not going to dominate possession necessarily. They're not going to go out and just have a field day. They will have to defend well, but the biggest issue at the moment is they just don't have an exit. So Dan James has given way. So what they'll lose now in a lot of defensive and a lot of pressure, and a lot of pace, they gain in sheer size. Kiefer Moore sitting at 1.96 meters tall. He's an absolute unit, and I think he'll help a lot in terms of just providing a bit of an outlet, just reducing a bit of pressure. And Dan James won't be very happy with it. Look, he'll still play in the World Cup. He still has a large role to play. But look at the size of him. You just need someone. You just need somebody that you can find, that you can sort of play off. And I think that he'll also bring more players into the game. You have Gareth Bale, Aaron Ramsey, all sort of just running off him. First inch contribution there. He just stands in the front of the corner and just flicks it away. A couple of comments from half time. So I was how Wales so poor. The bloody produced Bale. Yeah, to be fair, I think Bale's an anomaly. Jasper saying Wales not a good job. They need to score a goal. Amazing job. USA won Wales. Benny says kind of wish it was the Rugby World Cup, but thanks always for the commentary. Well, give us a year. In a year's time, we'll be sitting watching the Rugby World Cup. How cool! Well, in fact, it'll be ready to be done. We're actually watching the Cricket World Cup, which is also going to be cool. So many World Cups coming up. And Gareth Bale not particularly happy with that, not getting a decision there. Now keep them all holding it up a little bit there. And Purdue almost getting past the defender. And getting back and winning the throw in. So yeah, I think Kiefer Moore will help them, stay in the right sort of areas and to just sort of stay a bit further up the pitch. So it's the right decision. It's probably a planned decision, to be fair. You probably kind of think that put Dan James on to try and add a lot of energy and a lot of work rate, and then in the second half, for example, you then throw a bit of a target man, see if you can find a goal. Another foul there, coming from Captain Adams. And Ramsey also somebody that I think they need to get onto the ball a bit more. I reckon Wales have spent more time in the USA final third in the first 3 minutes here than they did the entire first half. Once again, great to keep him up. He does well to hold up play. Now Aaron Ramsey, it's a nice little cut inside and wins a corner. This is now what you want. As Wales, you want a corner. You want an opportunity to just throw that ball and let Kiefer Moore do what he does best. Ball up to the top. Turner is there. He does spill it. He is down and does get the decision. Yeah, so he completely spills it, does the keeper. And the clearance is missed. Then he punches it away and kind of goes down. Yeah, it's just so frustrating how easy it is for goalkeepers to just go down. Now, this is a promising build up, yeah, for Musa. Space down the left-hand side, yeah. He's got... that's a good intervention there from Roden, but Pulisic comes away with it. Pulisic's had a very good game so far. Cuts on the inside. That's not a great moment. Then Aaron Ramsey comes away with it. Aaron Ramsey. Bale letting it run across, and he's been pretty, yeah, I think it might go into the bin yet as Reed, but it's pretty cynical. Just trying to break down that attack. DJ Boy said, USA obviously the favourite chair, but wouldn't be surprised if Wales pull off an upset. Cross sec, England better be careful. Yeah, I think in England versus USA will be a nice clash. I think that USA have looked pretty good in the counter attack. Again, I think Wales are a side that are just happy to just defend really. But I think it's already been a far more entertaining half. It's already been a little more open. Just needs a nice equaliser from Wales to really open things up a little bit. Now long ball out towards Bale. So this goes back to Reed, who does find Turner. But Aaron Ramsey was lurking, comes out towards Robinson. Very industrious on the attack in the first half. A lot of space ahead of him. Anybody feel like cutting him down? Ampadu just sort of shepherding him. Eventually does get a foot in. And that's well played. Ampadu now. He's finding a good pass to Ramsey. Ramsey pops it up towards Wilson. We see now sort of in the midfield a little bit more. And you see Bale play a bit more central, sort of just playing almost behind Kiefer Moore now. Does find his way to Kiefer Moore. He's just so big. Look at him. He's just huge. And put him at lock. Now that's a good ball. Almost a good ball. It's a nice idea towards Neco Williams. Just a little bit too harsh. But I think Wales will be a little bit happy with the start. Wales already, I think if you look, I'm interested to see what the possession stats are in the second half so far already compared to the first half, because Wales are already keeping the ball a lot better. That's a horrendous mistake from Rooney. Just chipped it over the top of his teammate out in touch. You can see the shake of his head. Now Williams getting past Dest, but only as far as McKennie. Roberts right up against the touchline. Good run there by Williams now. 3-on-3 if he wants to really use this. Keeper Moore is lurking. Good run there by Williams. Ball comes down to the middle and Reema's there to clear away. Only as far as Roberts. Aaron Ramsey finding space on the right-hand side. The 1-2s. A little bit. Almost held back there, I think. That's a good ball towards Aaron Ramsey. Aaron Ramsey trying to find a bit of ball at the top. Dest retreating, but it's good work there. And he'll go back for a corner. This is so much better for Wales. It's a completely different side so far in the second half. It was one-way traffic in the with the way of the USA. In the second half, Wales have come out and start playing a bit of football. Listen, the referee tonight, who is Qatari, has not been good at all. Very dramatic. He's been very over the top, and the decisions themselves, I think, have been pretty poor. Good ball to the middle there. And Ramsey lurking, ball up top. Well away. Back into what by Ben Davies. All the way back to Roden. Roden go all the way back to Hennessy. Ball in from the throw-in. And a free kick falling the way of USA. Failed to Ramsey. Wasn't the best first touch from Ramsey. And forced to keep him more, but keeps going to Roberts. Couple of options there. Clips over the top. Keep him more. Just over the top. Now Ben Davies. Needs an option. Someone needs to make a bit of a run here. Good ball out there. Back towards Roberts. Keep him more. A couple of options in the box. It's swung in towards the back. And I'll go out for a goal kick. Wasn't the best ball in from Roberts, but this is so much better from Wales. They're on the front foot here. Slip there from Turner. Ben Davies pops it up towards Ampadu. Playing a handball, but it does fall towards Neco Williams. But the free kick is given. Sergeant, they're just trying to delay things a bit. Now ball over the top. Bale just getting it back. Try and keep it away more from distance. Ricochets off Ream, but as far as Roberts. Ampadu just trying to get back. Just trying to drop in there and dictate a bit of play. Switching towards the left hand now. Ben Davies cutting in. Long ball towards Roberts. Robertson is underneath it. Yeah, really well done there. Now Ampadu. Wilson is dropping into that midfield role quite nicely. Just trying to find options here. Back to Ampadu. Trying to find that cut-up ball towards Gareth Bale. Now, can USA look to counter? Weir's not off too quickly. Pulisic now. A lot of space towards the left. Again, nothing too direct so far. Happy to come back. Really saying, got to leave because of load shedding. Ah, it's the worst, isn't it? The absolute worst. Well, thanks for the company so far, Benny. And, yeah, anytime. Hope to see you across a couple of streams. Got a lot of games still to go. Oh, that's a good ball in behind. An early ball towards Pulisic. That's a really good intervention. Roberts had a good start. He actually had a good second half. I don't know if Pulisic's applying for calling for a penalty here. I think this was a perfect intervention. It was just outside the box, to be fair. No, I think it's a really good... Who does it come off with it? Ah, it's really well done. Roberts, I think, gets there first. 50-50 comes off Pulisic. And Kiefer just not able to hold in possession, but USA just took it out. So it's amazing how one substitute has just completely changed the outlook of the game. Bale's now got a target man. They've got someone to play around. Aaron Ramsey to Kiefer Moore. Ball over the top. Gareth Bale's not there. He's in the middle of the park, but Roberts desperately trying to keep it alive. A look at that slip there from Turner, and pretty close up there for the that fan is not happy. Poor Welsh fans. Yeah, Pulisic not happy. I think you're getting a bit frustrated here by the fact that they just can't touch the ball. Roberts, it looks like a bit of a late challenge. I think this could be a yellow card as well. We have seen the referee go to his pocket quite quickly. Here is Al Jassim, Qatari referee, 35 years old. Was part of the video team in the 2018 World Cup. So this is his first time with the whistle in a World Cup. Now, good opportunity here. You got Aaron Ramsey and Harry Wilson standing over this ball. Keep him more the obvious target. Gareth Bale probably lurking towards the back post. Now he's at the front post, actually. Right, it will be Wilson. Ball over the top. It's a good ball over the top as well. Ball pulls up. Driving it. Oh, what a save. What a save. What a save. Ben Davies almost finding the equalizer. And Matt Turner, who's done absolutely nothing all game, has had to do nothing all game, has to come with a very, very smart save. This is brilliantly done. I think it's Ben Davies diving head. It might have actually been going over, but it's still a brilliant stop there. And you do start to feel that if Wales are going to find an equalizer, it is going to come from the set piece. It is going to come from a corner. It is going to come from a free kick. They do seem to have the dominance in the air at the moment. Swung back in. Kiefer Moore's over the top. It's over the top. It's exactly what they would have wanted at the near post. Just trying to guide it onto the goal, but just getting too underneath and not being able to direct it down. Oh, no, no, no. I mean, he's well beaten. Turner's well beaten, but the problem is he's got to get that down. He's so tall that as soon as he rises, he has to be heading it down. I think Davis actually, if it actually was probably going to sneak in, it could have been hit the crossbar and down. Hunty saying, you think USA can make it into the quarterfinals? I'm a big fan of believing as soon as you get past the group stage, anything can happen. I think knockout football is a very, very strange thing. We've got a substitution here. Weston McKennie has left the building. He has been holding that. He's very heavily strapped on that right thigh of his. He was sort of holding his groin, and Aronson will come on for him. Number 11 for USA. Leeds United player. This is really good work from Wales. Yeah, USA struggling not to play it outside their own half, but they do. And Pulisic now on the run. He's got Robertson coming towards the left there. He does find Josh Sargent. Bit of a heavy ball. Josh Sargent will have to go and fetch. Brings it back to Robinson, the left back. He's been very industrious so far this evening. Back to Pulisic. Pulisic just deciding to go across to Sergio Dest. Now there's the new man, Aronson. Dropping into the midfield there for the USA. Dest trying to cut in and just goes down pretty easily. So a bit of a counter attack could be on here. It's a really good ball to keep him work. To Gareth Bale. Bale coming on the inside. And then going down. Bale losing out. Now, once again, USA looking to try and counter attack. Gareth Bale getting back. Good intervention from the Welsh captain. Yeah, it was cheap. It was given away cheaply by Gareth Bale, but credit to the Welsh captain. Did get back and make the tackle. Yeah, it will be a corner there. Nico Williams has gone down, clutching the back of his back. And they're winning the corner. Another change being ready here for the USA. Just the one so far from Wales. That looks like a double change here for the USA. Could be a triple change, actually. And DeAndre Yedlin also being readied with his natural blonde hair. And this was them emptying their bench, looking for a lot more legs in the second half. Now USA ball comes in, headed away from Ben Davies as far as Wilson, but his clearance isn't great, and Pulisic putting a lot of pressure on Gareth Bale. Pulisic does win it. Options to plenty. Doesn't find any. Falls back to Josh Sargent. Now the ball comes in, and Aaron Ramsey just chases it down before the ball is cleared away. Now Bale inside. It was a nice touch, but did well to get back there. Oh dear. So Pulisic is down and will be substituted with injury. And for someone who's particularly pretty injury prone, I think it's down Achilles is the issue here. Now the break here from Williams, I think it is. And a couple of USA players robbing him of it. Now USA trying to go back into the game. It's a good intervention though. Good pass there from Ben Davies. Musa putting a lot of hard work there. And Wales trying to play out the back. Empathy was an option, but it was a heavy first touch from Davies. Now Roden just carrying it up, looking for options. Does try to find Conor Roberts, but it's intercepted by Musa. He's got Pulisic down the left-hand side. He's okay to continue. Pulisic squaring up. Oh, and it misses everybody. It missed everybody down the middle. Now, slow counter-attack. Gareth Bale's asking for the ball over the top. It does come, but Ream is there. Gareth Bale gets to the pot and just nods it towards the left, but nobody there ready to play off him. I think some legs from Wales probably needed in the midfield here. Imagine that's what they'll probably look to try and get on. And there is an injury to Musa, who was running around a lot there, so a wee bit of cramp. It is very hot in Qatar, obviously, despite it being, in inverted commas, winter. Gia Dest will make way. Was cautioned, so not overly surprised about that one. Josh Sargent also being replaced. And Musa, who has to go down. So Yedlin is one of the replacements. Lots and lots of pace, DeAndre Yedlin. Hasn't really worked for him wherever he's gone so far. He was in the Premier League for a while. Didn't get too many opportunities. So Yedlin, Acosta, and Wright take to the field for the men in white. So Wales nearly need to find an equaliser here. They've been the better side in the second half, but still only just that probably 2 chances really to speak of. Pulisic inside ball was a good one as well. Well cut out, but only as far. Now to Foster Robinson, inside ball. Well kept out there. Now all of a sudden USA going back into the game. I think Wales gonna have to make a couple of changes to counteract this. They need some legs. They need some legs. Good flick on header, but it will go behind for a goal kick. Now ball forward. Is it going to stay in? Is it going to stay in? It does stay in. Oh, not sure Wilson agrees with that. Now USA on the attack. Inside ball towards Pulisic, but well snuffed out in the end by Ampadu. Now everybody throwing the ball around. Chaps, you don't get to keep the ball. Classic USA fans not understanding that the ball actually has to come back. It's not baseball, you lads. You don't keep the ball. Now Ramsey towards keeping work, bringing in Connor Roberts. Work once again. He's been quite highly involved so far. Williams now measuring up DeAndre Yedlin. The ball comes in towards Roberts on the edge of the box. Does find Ramsey just inside. Ramsey back out towards. It's good ball in. It is towards Nico Williams. Almost turns brilliantly, and Yedlin's clearance goes as far as Ampadu made a bit of a hash of it. Eventually manages to measure up. There is an injury here for the USA. And Wales not particularly happy about that. They're not convinced about this, I think, is the polite way of putting it in. Right, Nico Williams is off. And Johnson, wearing the number 9 jersey, as a forward, will come onto the park. Ten minutes left. Can Wales find an equaliser? Ball forward to Johnson. On himself on the right-hand side. Does manage to keep the ball in play, and Aaron Ramsey flicks it in nicely. And Purdue. And Robertson, ball over the top towards Ramsey. Oh, Bale's been taken down. Penalty. Penalty, 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 penalty. Not sure this is the right decision. It's a big decision. It's a huge decision. Gareth Bale has gone down. Not convinced he gets there first, though. And then Zimmerman, who conceded it. One presumes there will be a challenge, but it looks like it will stay. Big, big moment this from Gareth Bale. He's made for these moments, though. This is where Gareth Bale is. This is what he's made. This is what he's there for. These are the moments that you want. I mean, literally, whilst percentage-wise, there are probably other better players. Gareth Bale is. He's a man that doesn't miss. He's got 8 penalties for Wales. He has missed 2. 1 was saved. He generally goes towards the left, but he's got 3 to the left, 2 to the right, 1 down the middle. So not much data there. He is left-footed, so you do tend to think he will go for that sort of left bottom corner. But he scores important goals. He's always scored important goals. What Bale does. Not happy watching, but this is the perfect opportunity. This is a huge moment in the game. Matt Turner, the Arsenal goalkeeper. He's got 40 international goals, does Gareth Bale. This could be number 41. Oh my living, that is ice cold. Look what it means to him. Goodness me. Well, not top right, but into the right-hand corner, about 75% up. I mean, that's impressive. There's nothing else to say. Look at the Welsh supporters. They're having it. That is cold as ice. Cold as ice. He's struggled to get to the game so far as Gareth Bale. He's had a couple of nice touches, but I think struggling to really combine with his team. You look at this over here. Yeah, he gets in front and then Simmons just clashes through him. It's just so important. It's so clever from Bale. Just gets his leg in front, gets taken out, steps up, and let's have a look at this. Turner actually gets a hand to it, actually, to be fair. Or does he, actually? I'm not quite sure. Initially, from that angle, I thought he does, but that's absolutely blasted. So now the tied most appearances for Wales for Gareth Bale, 109. He's got 41 international goals. That's a hell of a record for a team that are not part of sort of the better teams around, the top teams. Now, what can you say now do? It's the last 7 minutes. I think this will be quite open. It'll get open up a little bit here. Now, the question is, and it's a very big question. Will Wales look to find the opener? I mean, the winner. Will they be happy with the draw? I think they'll take a draw. I think they'll take a draw. They'll go and try and beat Qatar. You've got England, which is going to be a big game. Goal difference will be important. Even more, giving a handball away. USA still launching. 5 minutes left. 5 minutes left. We'll have Wales burgle the draw here. That's it. This is when Gareth Bale does Gareth Bale think, yeah, it's just slots it. Just no issue whatsoever. The metal in the man is impressive. I mean, the ironic thing is with Gareth Bale, this is a Champions League winner. This is a La Liga winner. You know, he's won most that you can win in football. And yet, if you ask him, you probably find that I reckon this tournament will be one of his top achievements. Taking Wales to this tournament. First time in 64 years. He just loves playing for Wales. But it's not done yet as USA search to try and find a winner. Pulisic can't rise high enough. And Robertson keeping the ball inside, but Johnson doing well. And then Johnson finding a foul as well. Right, so another substitution here for the USA. Go away, whatever you are. Ramsey ball back. Turner taking it this time. Bale was lurking. Keeping more a tactical foul, I think is what you call that. A lumped ball forward there from Turner. Ben Davies. Ball into the middle there. Acosta now on the right hand side. Morris goes to Yedlin. Ball over the top. Hennessy decides to punch it out. Wasn't the best moment there from Hennessy. And now Roberts will just launch it down the right-hand side. Kiefer Moore is there. Oh, it's a great touch as well. Johnson's going to get there. Johnson is going to get there. Johnson's one-on-one here. And just fires straight at Turner. There's good pace being shown there by the number 9. And Purdue's now rushed up. And that's a yellow card. And Wilson goes down with what is alleged cramp. I say alleged because I think there's, we're now into cramp territory in terms of the time. 3 minutes to go, under pressure. Tactical slowing down of the game is pretty rife in these times. It's a great touch there from Kiefer Moore. Just not the best finish. I think he just had to go low and hard, to be honest. Gareth Bale was arriving, but was taking a while, so not too many options there for Johnson, to be fair. Only other option would really have been to try and hold it up. Interesting that we haven't really seen any substitutes from Wales. Now Thomas, Huddersfield Town, will come on for Wilson. Yeah, so it's 9 minutes official. I thought they were busy holding up the 9 for Johnson, but I'm pretty sure Johnson's not going off here. I don't know where they're getting this 9 minutes from. It's the same. I mean, even the game earlier, like it's been an issue now. All 3 games today, where have they found this extra time? Now ball inside from Pulisic. Is cleared away, but only as far as Adams, the captain. Long shot from him. And it blocked. And Ampadu going out quickly. That's a brilliant challenge from Ampadu. And up and off he goes. He's got a lot of heart, does it? And now he's gone down as well. A lot of booing, a lot of issues coming from the USA fans. Right, Wilson is off, and here comes Thomas. Right, so still 6 minutes to go. I've got no idea where they found this 9 minutes of extra time. It's been ludicrous the entire tournament. What is going on with it? Long ball towards Kiefer Moore, comes to Johnson. Oh, almost to Kiefer Moore through there. Kiefer Moore's had some very nice depth touches, actually, and that's a very good pass. Roberts, ball inside towards Bale's a good one, but well headed away as well. Good challenge there for Ampadu. Ramsey taken away with it, and the ball's just hacked behind there from Ampadu, who is struggling here. I think it's the heat there. I think a lot of these players are struggling with the heat. Right, so he will make way. Will Ampadu. Morel will come into the park. As we enter the last final 4 minutes of extra time. And a foul here for USA. Now, it's an interesting time. You want to push for that winner, but you also can't afford to lose it. So you want to push, but you can't push too hard. Get into Adams. Acosta to Robinson. Pulisic. Pulisic drifting inside. Not a great ball out towards Aronson, who has to retreat and find it. Now Yedlin swings the ball in. Hennessy punches it away. Probably would have gone behind for a goal kick. It's a bit of a strange decision there. Not much communication. Now ball ahead. And that's well done. And Ramsey just lets it go back for a goal kick. And now they have another opportunity to lump the ball forward towards Keeper Moore. Pulisic. And Ramsey all over him. And the challenge coming in from Morrell. Now Pulisic is down, but play continues. Rails on the front foot here. Pulisic still down, and he's complaining about the fact that it hasn't stopped, so he's going to have to get back up. Now Thomas there. Thomas down the left flank. Looking to find a ball towards Keeper Moore. It's a good touch by him. And trying to just turn. It's a nice touch by Keeper Moore. As I said, he's like single-handedly changed this game. Really impressive work from the big forward. Now USA looking to try and come back. It's a pretty poor pass to Ramsey. Ramsey back towards the middle there to Bale. Bale cuts on the inside. Heavy touch though. Now USA looking to break. Morale with a good touch there as well. 1 minute left. Probably about 90 seconds. They probably will play a few extra seconds though. Of course, if it ends 1-1, it's a fair result. Yeah, I think so. I think it's very much a game of two halves with the USA dominating the first half and Wales very much dominating the second half. And offside is the call. Clear long, keep him worse. Herring after this. Matt Turner is up as well. Has to make the header. Does make the header, but it falls back to Gareth Bale. Will he try? Oh, he's been taken down. And I tell you what, had he not been fouled, that could have been interesting. Matt Turner was off his line. Gareth Bale was measuring up for the shot. And Acosta, yeah, you got to take that yellow card. That could have been interesting. If there's a player on this field who probably could have done it, it would have been Gareth Bale. Turner well off his line. And now, Thomas will have one last opportunity. It was last piece of play here. We'll swing that ball. But it's poorly swung in, to be brutally honest. And there it is. The final whistle. All square. The first draw of the FIFA World Cup. And I think Wales very much the happiest of the two sides. They keep their fate in potentially their own hands there. They'll have to go and beat Qatar and then be competitive against England. And I think impressive in the second half there from Wales. But USA, I think we'll be looking at that first half and thinking, well, we're competitive and we can be in this. So Yeah, I think positives for both sides, maybe negatives as well. A bit of a soft goal being conceded by Wales. They'll just sort of open up in that one section, but apart from that, didn't defend terribly, and Wales didn't create too many opportunities. A couple of headers there. Keep him more change the game, and I'd be interested to see if he doesn't start the next game. What the sort of tactics are, because he really was proper. People, that's been 2 watch-alongs today. Thank you very much. We'll be back live tomorrow. We'll probably be doing Poland versus Mexico. Might do Denmark versus Tunisia as well, as we continue to try and bring you guys the live action from the FIFA World Cup. Please do smash like on the video. Please do subscribe on the way out. And I'll chat to you guys all very soon.